think? The words from the Eurogroup head, is it a one-off or a precedent, Cyprus?
Yeah, I mean, one of the many questions that this bail-in has raised is whether this does set the template for future interventions. And if it does, what does that mean for stuff like bank funding? I mean, that's all potentially very concerning. Mr. Dijsselbloem seems clear that he wants the risks to be borne by those that take them, but I think the real risk that you bear here is that, do depositors in future crises want to stick around if they start to sense trouble again? My suspicion would be that they would be a little bit more concerned. But for us, I think the most important actor in all of this remains the ECB. Their promise remains credible, and so we still feel comfortable taking risk in the Eurozone.
Are the markets ready to go beyond Cyprus now, do you think?
They haven't really reacted too badly. We've been surprised, both through the Italian elections and this Cyprus crisis, that markets have seemed reasonably sanguine.
And is that the ECB for you?
Yes, I think that's the most important thing still. I mean, if you looked at the behaviour of peripheral bond markets post-Italian elections and even through this latest little blip, bond markets again have remained reasonably calm, and I think that promise from the ECB remains pretty credible.
Are you one of those sanguine market players?
Yeah, I mean, certainly we're mindful. I mean, we're due a setback in equity markets in particular. This latest one doesn't really seem like enough. I mean, we'd still see that markets have come a long way in a reasonably short space of time. But strategically and tactically, I think we'd rather be adding to risk rather than taking away from it.
I've got to say, though, you look at the bond yields, 1.3% for the bond, 1.9 for the US 10-year. That smacks of panic elsewhere, other than in the bond market, right?
Yeah, certainly. I mean, there's lots of talk, mainly from sort of financial professionals, that about this great rotation. And certainly, many professionals have been calling an end to this sort of bond bull run for the last 30 years. So I don't know how credible it should be, but I think the point is that we wouldn't see the equity train as having left the station until bond markets actually start to confirm that. And actually, although we've seen equity inflows this year, we haven't really seen money moving out of bond markets. So yeah, I guess that does really say that investors are still pretty cautious.